Well, that was sort of a shock to wake up to. Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. This is not something like ZeniMax. Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, which is like saying Microsoft bought Electronic Arts. They bought them for $68.2 billion dollars. That is almost $70 billion. And this is just first impressions. Right now, I'm just going to tell you, what does this mean? Well, let's first talk about the elephant in the room, which everybody's talking about. And no, it's not about exclusivity. It's about the shit ton of trouble that Activision Blizzard had been going on with, with sexual harassment and Bobby Kotick and all that stuff. And this sort of reminded me a little bit of Microsoft buying Bethesda, in that Bethesda was floundering in the water too, and they were having legal problems, if you recall, at the time with the Fallout 4 Game Pass thing, in which people were saying, "No, we paid for Game Pass. We paid for this Game Pass, not Game Pass, the Season Pass. I'm sorry, Game Pass is on the mind, of course. Season Pass, and you're making us buy it again," and that was settled. And that was one of the major blocks. They tried to block the sale of ZeniMax to Microsoft because there was this legal thing going on. Now there's this legal thing going on with Activision Blizzard, and Microsoft is taking that on. So Activision Blizzard was probably a wounded fish in the water, and they saw an opportunity and said, you know what? Let's go buy that too. Now let's talk about exclusivity. I know there's going to be a lot of brouhaha about Monopoly. This is going to go through because this is sort of the equivalent of Disney buying Fox, or at least Fox, 20th Century Fox, not Fox News. And it's. But here's going back to sorry, this is all stream of consciousness. Right? Going back to sexual harassment, this is one way to get Bobby Kotick out on his ass. He's going to get a golden parachute, and I think it's going to probably happen around June, which I think is when the contract is up. So, boy, my brain is fried right now. So, the other thing is that going back to, boy, let's talk about Game Pass. This is not about Sony. Uh, this is about Google, because what Microsoft does not want, it does not want Google buying Activision Blizzard. And here's the thing: Microsoft can buy Activision Blizzard. Sony cannot. Google can. And if Google wanted, they could buy Sony and Nintendo right now and say, okay. So what this means for Game Pass is World of Warcraft on PC Game Pass. Can you imagine that? Well, you don't have to imagine. It's probably going to happen very soon. There's so many. This is more of the PC thing. And yes, I know they really want to diversify their thing, and they certainly did that. Oh my god, I just realized. What if they finally brought World of Warcraft to console? The Xbox Series X could surely handle that, and I know it can handle a keyboard and mouse if you needed it. Could you imagine World of Warcraft on Microsoft? Um, and there's also something else. Microsoft is going to look at maybe Blizzard and say, okay, we want Warcraft 4 now. The other thing that I'm thinking about, and getting back to the entire sexual harassment thing, is I know some people who work at Activision Blizzard, and they're probably going, whew, because they did not like working there. I know this for a fact. I've spoken to them. All the shit that's going on there has been weighing on their minds and just making it bad. And if you remember, Bobby Kotick, what, 13 years ago, I think it was, 14, something like that, talked about wanting to engender a environment of fear and nervousness and all that stuff. he wanted a toxic workplace because it made them work better for some reason. I can look up that quote right now, but I'm not going to. What else? Yeah, so all this Game Pass stuff, you know, and then you have to talk about some of the names that are there: Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, Call of Duty. Um, and they also mentioned Candy Crush. The other thing that's interesting is that they also have the esports activities through Major League Gaming, and I'm wondering, you know, you know why Microsoft might be interested in this as well? Halo. Halo has not been a big esports game for a while, and part of the reason is that when Halo 2 was huge, esports wasn't as big a thing at the time. So now, the thing that people at Activision Blizzard should be really happy about is now Phil Spencer is running the show there. Phil Spencer is going to be the one who's calling the shots, and my God, is that much better than Bobby Kotick? So yeah, now if you are a PlayStation owner and saying I don't want to buy an Xbox console, well, here's the thing: Game Pass, Game Pass Ultimate, allows you to play those games on your cell phone, your tablet, or your browser now. It's still in beta. Of course, I don't think playing Call of Duty on your browser is optimal, but yeah, I'm just I don't know. I haven't played World of Warcraft in a long time, and I'm thinking about World of Warcraft Classic. But if it means it's going to be folded into my Game Pass subscription, hey, guess what? I'm back in World of Warcraft. I'm back to playing World of Warcraft. I was one of the launch people, folks. I know people at Blizzard, and when I had problems, they just I went to the not the higher ups, but the managers there, and I had my problems with Blizzard when my account got hacked. They said that they were very helpful and got it back for me, and I didn't even have to go through consumer service. Um, I'll be doing World of Warcraft again. And what's the funny is I was never into raids. That's probably the other reason why I was able to leave is because I didn't do raids. But yeah, Warcraft 4, do it. Oh boy, I wonder if Diablo 4 is going to be exclusive on the Xbox. Yikes. Um, but yeah, like I said, Microsoft they've said constantly that Sony's not their competition. Nintendo's certainly not their competition because they released Ori on it. No, it's Google and it's Amazon who are their main competition. This is all about Google and Amazon, Luna and Stadia. And if you have Stadia, guess what? You're not going to have Call of Duty on there anymore. I think they have. I don't know if it's part of their thing, part of their package. I don't do Stadia, but yeah. Like I said, this is all about diversifying for Game Pass, and Microsoft is all in on Game Pass. This is what it means: Game Pass up the wazoo, and the games are going to be available on Game Pass just ballooned. And here's the thing: Microsoft didn't buy EA, but they got EA on Game Pass Ultimate. So now Microsoft has EA and Activision Blizzard on Game Pass. This is all about the Game Pass, folks. This is all about the Game Pass. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing my podcast tonight, and by then I'll have had more to absorb and more to listen to other people. So, listen up to tonight. Oh, it's not live. Just keep an eye on www.gamingpodcast.net for all our opinion, the three of us' opinions on this deal. And like I said, it's going to go through. This is not bigger than, say, Disney buying Fox. This is just and here's the thing: Microsoft buying Sega. Maybe Microsoft could buy Nintendo, but Nintendo don't want to sell at any price, and I don't blame them. Um, Microsoft. I wonder if Microsoft bought ZeniMax just for Ghostwire Tokyo and Tangleworks, because if you notice, they've been putting a lot of Japanese games on Game Pass, like Yakuza and stuff. Yakuza's coming off Game Pass, but still, um, I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, check the podcast later tonight. www.gamingpodcast.net, and we'll see what happens with this Madden.